What's going on, people? You're locked into the third episode of Shouting for the Gunners podcast. I'm here with my brother MB. What's good, bro?
What's good, bro?
I'm good, man. You sound how I feel at the minute. Yeah, and I'm here with the legend himself, Tipper Irie. What's going on, Dad?
I am fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I guess I've had a good day. Because I went to this thing called the Reggae Run Out, which was like a vinyl market, basically, where you got different record companies, producers, just basically selling their vinyl. And I was down there selling my book and Tipari merchandise and stuff like that. So that event is called Reggae Run Out, and it was really good. I really enjoyed that day. And then my day got better because Nottingham Forest beat Spurs 3-0. So I was buzzing until the big game for us. You know what I mean? And then it kind of spiraled downhill. But apart from that, I'm blessed.
Yeah. So obviously, this is, I ain't gonna lie, this is one of the harder podcasts. I didn't even want to come, I be honest. But, pause. I feel like we've got to talk about it. Obviously, the final.
Cheer up, mate.
For those who ain't living under a rock, obviously we lost 2-0 to City. But what I wanted to do, the first, I guess, initial kind of reaction. So we'll take it back to the start of the game or just before the game. Initial reactions on the starting lineup. In particular, I felt like, we'll get into it anyway. What was your just initial thoughts when you saw the lineup?
I thought, when I'm looking at Doku, Cherki and Bernardo versus Havertz, Zubi and Rice, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going to clean up in the midfield. The margins, that's why we're going to win the game in the midfield. Like, we're physically more imposing than them. Then I'm looking at the wingers. I didn't understand Trossard at Wembley. That I couldn't get my head around. And a pitch that big, why are you not playing Nelly? I don't even think Nelly is great, but he's fast and he's athletic. Or you played Noni and Saka against Everton. Why don't you do that again? And I felt like with Eze being out, I understand why he went with the team he went for, but I feel like at the same time, he should have taken that risk. Maybe even start a Cala. Like, show that you're going to try and overtake the middle, because that's where you're going to win the game. Rodri ain't got the legs anymore. Bernardo, he just fouls all the time. You put Cala in there. Cala's going to get inside the middle. You know how Calafiori plays anyway. He's always inverting, always making an extra run, an extra man. You win the game there. The first 20 minutes, like, Bernardo had like 4 fouls just off being late to challenge. But I feel like the team made sense, but it was like small little things that we could have changed. Yeah,
no, I agree. I think looking at it, and there's a couple of things. Obviously, I don't think he likes to play Ben White and Calafiori in the same team. Maybe because they both have certain attacking instincts, and I think he wants either Hincapié or Timber, who are like very good like one-on-one defenders. That's what I feel. So if you look at it, you rarely see Ben White and Calafiori playing the same team. The other thing, I agree. I felt like Trossard, to me, on that pitch, I felt was a risk, because I felt like on that pitch you need legs and you need runners, because there's going to be so much space. But I think, and the big thing for me was Eze missing, because obviously we never heard of that. Timber and Ødegaard, there were talks about that they could be fit, but when I saw them in the pictures, I knew they weren't going to play, because Arteta's he tries to do the double bluff thing. So if they were fit, they wouldn't have been in the pictures. So when I saw Eze wasn't playing, then you're playing Havertz in the 10. To play Havertz, Saka and Nelly or Noni, it's just a lot of runners. A lot of runners. There's not much guile in that, if you get what I mean. There's not much actual creativity in that team. So that's the only reason why I thought, okay, maybe that's why he wants to play Trossard. You're playing Gyökeres, Havertz, Saka, and then a Noni or a Nelly. You might have like 30% possession in the game. But I thought, I don't know, like it's a tough one, but we'll see how it goes. But that obviously the big or one of the big decisions, but probably the biggest decision that I felt was Raya or Kepa. So what was your thoughts when you saw that he played Kepa instead of Raya?
Well, I just think that if you're playing in a final, you got to play your best team. Yeah. And you could arguably say Raya's probably in the top 3 keepers in the world.
Yeah.
So for me, we want to get across the line. We want to win a trophy. I believe it's 6 years since we've won a trophy. Yeah. So for me, you play your best team. I agree with MB about the Trossard, Martinelli. I would have played Martinelli because I just think he's got more legs, you know what I mean, on left hand side. The midfield, I thought it was, Rice and Zubimendi, yes. I probably would have done that. And I probably would have started Saka. The 10, I guess if Eze is out, I could see why he played Havertz. But let's be honest, Havertz in midfield, has it really worked? When he plays Gyökeres position, for me, when he plays striker, we get more out of him. You know what I mean? But when he's playing in that 10 midfield, maybe once or twice, maybe he might have had a good game, but 9 times out of 10, him in that midfield position, he don't really do it for me. So I don't know. I mean, who else could have played there? Maybe he could have started Saka in the 10.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, play Noni on one side, Martinelli on one side and Noni in his preferred right hand side. Maybe that could have worked. But they just, so team wise, I just would have definitely started with Raya. Yeah. Because I just think it's if you think about it, Ben White, I rate Ben White and I rate the 2 centre backs and I rate the 2 left backs, either which one's playing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I probably would have preferred Callum Flory because of what M says. He's coming in midfield, probably would have, may have been better. But I was all right with the team, but I just think it's those little things he could have done. I would have personally done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree as well, to be honest. I was saying that although I understood Kepa, and I don't think Kepa's a bad keeper. I don't think he's terrible. I think
he's not.
As far as last season, he played for Bournemouth and he was a very good keeper in the league. As far as second choice keepers go, he's probably the best or one of the best in the league.
I agree.
However, it's a final. We haven't been in a final for a while, and we haven't won a trophy for, like you said, 6 years.
Yeah, these guys.
To me,
go on.
Yeah, so to me, I just feel like we had to play our best team, and I feel like, especially with keepers, it's small margins. Everything with Raya, I feel like Raya, what makes him so elite to me are the margins. He's an elite shot stopper at reaction times and stuff like that, and he's elite at crossing, claiming crosses and stuff like that. But I feel like,
and he's good with his feet too.
And I feel like just those little margins is what he's calm at the back. His distribution is just that little bit better. He's claiming for crosses.
I don't think it's even that little bit better. I think, you see, Raya's a keeper that you can talk about pass appreciation.
Yeah.
He passes the ball where you don't have an opportunity to do anything other than what you need to do.
Yeah.
Today, there was so many chances where Saliba has the ball and Saliba knows he can't go forward. So he's gone to Raya. He's gone to Kepa. Kepa's hesitating and he's just gone back to Saliba. Raya has the ability to pass through a line without even making it like an option. Like, he's done it and you didn't see it.
And now you have to play.
And now you got to play out, because with Arsenal, we hesitate a lot.
Yeah.
Saliba, we watch Arsenal and they don't even know that, they don't know what they're doing. But they do, but it's like Raya forces the issue. He's going to pop it into Rice. Rice got to play on the corner. Now we're out.
Yeah.
Kepa, he can't do that. And on top of that, you don't claim your crosses. Semenyo put a cross in and Kepa just stood there. If Howland got anything on that, it's 1-0. Like, he's flashed it across and it's like, Raya's claiming that and we're on the other way. Yeah. But Kepa just stands there. He's lucky that Haaland didn't get a head on. Even the last chance that Haaland had before the half ended, Raya's claiming that. Kepa just stands on his line. And I don't think Kepa's a bad keeper. I think the mistake is a mistake. Yeah, it's a poor mistake, but he hasn't done that while he's been at Arsenal. Like, in terms of Arteta's decision making, I can see why he picked Kepa. Kepa hasn't really put a foot wrong for you to be like, I can't trust you to play this game. Obviously, Arteta is not trying to show desperation in the Carabao Cup, which I think was a good thing as well. I feel like if we put all our eggs in the basket for Carabao Cup, we look way too desperate.
But you see, the thing is, after this game is an international break. We've got 2 weeks break. You play your best. Me personally, you know what I mean. You play your best team. Play your best team. Play so long as everybody that is fit, that is your best starting. Does he really know his best starting 11?
I think he does. I think it's psychological because if we played our best, let's say we play our best team and we still lose 2-0, you walk out there thinking this is our peak and we still couldn't get it done. It sounds dumb, but from a football point of view, those players will walk out knowing that, okay, we didn't have David Raya in goal, we had no Eze, we had no Odegaard, we're gonna come back.
That's not our best. The only thing I would say to that is it's like, I don't know what it is about keepers, and I even when we were talking about it, or when there were all discussions around it, and we were talking about Kepa, it was almost like Arteta almost has like a responsibility to play Kepa because like he's played throughout the tournament, he's done that, but. Like, I don't know, I would assume Mosquera's probably played the majority of the tournament. Norgard has probably played the majority of the tournament. 100%. And we don't have the same level of like...
Respect?
Yeah, I don't know even if it's respect, but like... But you get what I mean? There's that kind of like, or like this loyalty to...
Loyalty thing. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. It's no... The man them are being handsomely rewarded for their service. You understand what I'm saying, bro? They're being handsomely... Bro... You're not our best keeper. This is the final. We need to get across the line. I know you've brought us here, but right now, and you'll get and you'll get a medal. But today, I'm going to start David because he's the best keeper in the world. Right? And we need to get across the line. End of. You still getting your 300 grand or whatever it is a week. But you ain't starting today because I need to play the best player. End of.
I think for keepers though, like that's Kepa's last game this year. Like
he'll play FA Cup.
Yeah, because it's Southampton. But when we go through, it's not going to be it could be a Chelsea, it could be a Liverpool. Today we'll probably do the last game he's really going to play because FA Cup he's not going to play. You know what I'm going to say? Even if we clawed it back, he's not.
You mean the final he wouldn't play?
Yeah, he wouldn't play the FA Cup. Carabao Cup, there is a level of like, it's his bottom barrel of the domestic you can win.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gutted about today, but obviously, I think we'll beat Bournemouth at home.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we'll beat Bournemouth at home. I think we got Burnley at home. So we got games that
winnable games.
Winnable games. I think we'll be all right in the Premier League.
City are not gonna go and win every game from now on. That they've shown multiple times that they did it in a one-off game in the final. They can go and draw at Palace literally in the next game. Like City won today because, like I said, in the moment when they smelt blood, they killed us. But
let's.
I'm not gonna go. I'm saying in terms of this fixture, in terms of like the league and like what it means, I think we're connecting too many dots. Like. We can go beat Bournemouth 4-0 at 12:30 and it's like, then go be Sporting 4-0. And it's like, you forget about the fact you lost the final. And back on. But I understand the desperation as like, we want to win a trophy. But
we'll talk about that because I think it's a bigger, even what you're talking about, there's kind of like a bigger conversation to be had around it. But we'll talk about the game quickly. I'd say at the start of the game, we started really fast. We actually started well. Yeah. And I think that's probably encapsulated in the biggest chance that we had probably in the game, or at least one of them anyway. But the Kai Havertz chance. So what was your kind of thoughts of MB on the start of the game? And also, I guess, that chance, and then how we basically kind of petered out in the first half?
I think the adrenaline, because I watched the walk, I watched it all. I could see Saka like trying to contain his smile, like, damn, I really made it. I'm the captain of Arsenal. And you can see Rice thinking, this is my moment. I think we started the game in such a manner that if we score that goal, I think we blitzed them. The issue is that missing that is such a momentum killer because it's like, it wasn't a header that was close. It was a 1v1 where he took so much time to sit. Havertz watched it. I thought maybe he's gonna pass it to Gyökeres. That's why he's delaying it, or he's gonna let it roll across his body into his right foot and then try to slow it in. It's like I don't think he realized that Trafford has already come off his line, and it might be a lack of football. He ain't really been playing like that, or there's so many factors of what it could have been as to why he did that. For me, I think that fast start, you kind of throw all your eggs in one basket. Like you're showing what you're gonna do. You got to capitalize. Today's set pieces were poor. I think every delivery I think we had one good delivery and it was Saka to Hincapié and he just headed it over. Rice wasn't being his first man. And I said, it's good because people make the jest of like, don't give them set piece. I saw Bernardo Silva chasing the ball down to make sure they don't go for a corner. He didn't get there. And I'm like, there's so much onus on the set piece that people disregard the general play. That first chance, we worked that really brilliantly.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
And that's what Ben White gives you that Timber wouldn't. Timber's a foot on the ball. I'm going to ball roll it and then keep control. Ben White's going to take the risk. And I think we worked it really well. Havertz either got to, like I said, go under his legs, try to slow it under him, or you've got to slam it, like kick it really hard, like try and just lash it into the net because keeper coming out and making himself big. Concuss him. Make sure he loses something. He got up like he's normal and then he made a triple save. After that, I'm like, okay, cool, we're up for it. Gyökeres is making amazing. I think Gyökeres is so misprofiled in the Arsenal team. I think his hold-up play is really good. I think for some, it doesn't look pretty, but when he's in the groove and you're working with him, he's going to flick it on. He's going to give you a little chest and flick and he's going to spin off. It doesn't look pretty, but it works. Him and Havertz were combining really well on Ake and Kusanov in that first 15, 20 minutes. Kusanov got booked. And I said from there, okay, cool. Kusanov is not slow. You can't keep just knocking it 50 yards, expecting Gyökeres to get there first. He's not. I watched the Madrid and City game. Kusanov was keeping up with Vinny in transition. Like he's really fast. I'm like, cool. We can't go the other way because Trossard can't run. And that's when I said, here's the issue. Because now that they're settled and they're now playing their shape, how are we going to break out? We can't go through the middle because Kepa can't pass. Even when we do, they're just going to pop it back into Ben White. We go to Saka. Saka's going to come inside and pause. And then Trossard is standing there. There was one chance we got from a corner where Kepa catches it. He rolls it out to Havertz. Havertz is gone. He gets taken out by Kusanov. The ball lands to Saka's feet. Saka now plays it into Declan Rice. Trossard is literally jogging. Declan Rice, there's 50 yards in front of you. Just run. Trossard is jogging on the byline. Declan Rice plays it to the space anyway and shouts at him. And you know what? I couldn't even be mad because we're on a counter attack and you're jogging next to me. Yeah. But it's not because Trossard wants to jog. He's an old man. Like he's 34. Why is he going to be running? He can't do it.
Yeah.
But you put Nelly there, you put Noni there. They're going to make that run.
Yeah.
We couldn't create because you know me. I always say football's past. I don't care about the skill level anymore. It's if you're athletic. The best teams in the world are crazy athletic. You watch PSG. Every player's an athlete. You look at Mendes, Hakimi, Dembele, Doué, Barcola, they're all athletes. Like they're playing pretty football, but they're running 100 miles per hour. They're popping at 100 miles per hour. That's why when they cut you open, when you go back to how we conceded the first game, they destroyed us in 3 minutes of just pure running. We can't do that because Saka's not an athlete like that anymore because he don't even trust his, but he can't run. You watch Saka, he's not taking a 40-yard dash anymore. He will get on it, he will dribble, cut back. You watch Declan Rice. Declan Rice can do it, but if he makes that run, who's covering him? He can't leave Zubi in the island. Zubi can't make that run. I think Kai Havertz is an amazing athlete. If you watch Kai Havertz, he's a very good athlete in transition. I think he gets at the pitch really fast. He's big. He's 6'4" and that fast. That's why I always say Kai Havertz, even when he doesn't look good, you wouldn't want to play against him. He's really tall and he's really fast. And he's agile for his size. But other than Gyökeres, our wingers aren't even dynamic. In Wembley, you're going there with no... I think Cherky was crap until 2-0 and he starts doing these little flicks and tricks. But Semenyo showed his dynamism and that's what I was getting. I'm going to take you by line. I'm going to force it by line. Doku, I don't think it was good, but he's dragging the team up with dynamism. We didn't have that. So that first half, we wasted the good chance we had. I knew second half, if we're going to win this game, something's got to change. It's not going to be one of this 11 out there. That's what I just thought.
So even, and I guess moving into the second half, because I know Dadju was at the event as well, but you got to see some of the second half.
Yeah, I was kind of like doing some work and then popping in and out and watching bits of the game and everything. But from the first half, going back to
Yeah.
it, it's kind of just like a typical how Arsenal start games. We normally start pretty well for the
Start
first
fast.
15, 20
Yeah.
minutes. So I kind of expected that. And then in the second half, we were non-existent. We didn't turn up. Normally when we come out in the second half, we're quite good. You know what I mean? And we normally take it to the teams around just after coming out from the break. But this game, they just didn't show up. City were the better team.
Yeah.
They played better than us. They wanted it more than us. And basically, that's just the long and short of it. We did not turn up in the second half. Like Mike said, Wembley's a big pitch. Yeah, Trossard is not that type of player to be covering that kind of ground. So he should have started the game with Martinelli.
Or play Trossard 8. I think if you're going to play Trossard,
and you
play
know
him
what?
centrally.
You know what?
Well.
Even in the 10, because there was times where Trossard did play in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When we played PSG, I remember because Odegaard was injured. Remember when we won 2-0?
Yeah, before we brought in Kai, that pre-season, remember, he'll play Trossard in the 8, and he'll be really close to Martinelli, and we're like, okay,
we played.
Yeah, because if you think about it, if he had Saka on the right or Noni on the right, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, even play Trossard in the 10, because he can pick.
Yeah, but I feel like he stopped.
But it's what they call the shoulder, ain't it?
Yeah, I was gonna say. Dad, I was gonna slightly disagree because I feel like the second half before we used to there's been games where we started fast.
Yeah.
So I agree with you in that sense. But I feel like there's been a few of the big games, the second half, where we've just shrunk. I think of the Man United, I feel like the Man United game completely went into our show.
Yeah.
The Liverpool game,
yes,
it was the same thing.
I remember the 0-0
games. The Liverpool game, the other Liverpool game at Anfield as well. Because we remember, if you remember the first half, we actually played quite well. We nullified them completely.
Is the games we lost?
That the game that the game that
it's the games we lost? It's the games we lost
still.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
The games we lost. But I felt like, but it's also, to me, it seems like it's been the bigger games and the games where, and that's why I think that there could be some kind of mental aspect of it. Remember the City game when we were at home, they basically sat back and scored and said, you beat us.
And let's be real, that second half was only because we brought on Saka and Eze.
And it was like,
okay, cool, our guys are on.
Exactly. So we kind of went for it.
Yeah.
Whereas the other games, it kind of felt like we were, I don't know what it was. It just felt like we were a bit in our shell. We were a little bit timid. We went into a lower, mid block. We didn't press anymore. I don't know.
Do you know what it is? I think the only game this season I can be like in the second half, even when things weren't going our way, was Everton. The Everton game the other week. I watched us
and Newcastle.
And Newcastle. Yeah. But I feel like Newcastle were good the whole game. I think regardless of their goal, we were really good.
Yeah.
But Everton, when it was 0-0 and they hit the post and we got in the second half, I was like, cool. This can be them game where we just kind of dwindled out. But Eze was still on it. It felt like years ago when we used to put the pressure on and we tried to get. I remember the Liverpool game at 0-0. First half, Saka's toasting Kirk Eze. He's getting past him. Second half, non-existent. Liverpool bossed us for 45 minutes at Emirates. The United game, like you said, we were in control of that game until the Zubimendi mistake. But then we come out and it's like, our players are meant, and I don't know, it's fatigue of I think we put too much onus on that first 20 minutes at the Emirates to get it down, or the first 20 minutes in the game. And when the goals don't come, we look really shabby. Even Leverkusen, we started better than Leverkusen. We had chances, nearly hit the crossbar. But when that goal doesn't come, when we tried to come back out in the second half, we look shattered. Today, we genuinely look shattered. I was watching, I'm like, it's only 62 minutes. Why are these man hoofing the ball? And it's like the Brighton game, they just look tired. I'm like,
do you think it's physical fatigue? Do you think it's mental fatigue?
It might be a bit of both.
Yeah.
I think it's a confidence thing in terms of the players. I think when you're, for example, that Havertz chance was a big mental block, like you said, because that's a high chance. Arteta is very weird with his percentages, but that's a high percentage chance, and you don't slot it.
I hear you, but it's like, bruv, the football is 90 minutes.
But we don't play 90 minutes. We don't play that. We're not a Chelsea or a City that, even City struggle with it. Teams like Arsenal were wired in a way where if it doesn't work, it's almost like we failed. Like, I don't want Arsenal make chances where it's like, Gyökeres took the ball and whipped it like top corner. It's going to be, we played 18 passes. That's why the Spurs game, when Gyökeres scored that goal, we just woke up. Because he's like, he said, I'll tell F you, like, why am I not going to shoot here? But we don't do that enough. If you look at our goal catalogue, a lot of it is out to the box, long shot, or a well-worked goal or a set piece. And it's like, you can't kill teams. If you watch the Barca game against Newcastle were all over Barca. But the thing that Barca do is that when we attack you, there's no structure to it. Yamal's coming into the middle, beating his man, and they'll see Rafinha and Lewandowski on the right wing. Like, and then that's because they're allowed to attack in a way that isn't predictable. We're so predictable that when the chances, like, I know how Arsenal are going to try and create a chance. We're going to go Saka. He's going to pass it inside. He's going to try and run around him, and we're going to work out on the other way to try and get attacked. Like, it's very predictable. Any team can defend against it. The Wolves game, we go 2-0 up, and we couldn't create anymore. Not because Wolves are some great defensive team. That, you guys want to go to Nkapia? Okay, we're locking that off. Shoot. You can't shoot. And that's why Eze became very important the last couple of weeks, because Eze just started shooting. Everton game.
What you going to say?
No, just thinking, it's like, because you spoke about Kai's chance, you know, and how many other chances were there?
That's the issue.
This is what I'm saying. Football is 90 minutes, bro. We're in a podcast and we're talking about one chance in the first half what Arsenal had. It's not good enough, bro. It's not good enough.
Okay, but outside of that, the chance that Havertz had, I think the next biggest chance is when Gabriel kind of headed it into Gyökeres and he took a bad touch and then Ake got back. That came out of nothing. That's not a chance, but we can't sit there and be like, we play football to where we even allow a play. Like, I'm big on, like, our attackers aren't doing enough, but we don't even allow them to do anything because we give, they show up for the ball, we can't pass to you because that's not part of the blueprint. So we're going to go around the other way. And then sometimes you see Saka getting frustrated, just give me the ball. But you want to give it to him when there's 4 man marking him, and then he's got to go back to you anyway. And it's like, we don't create chances, but we don't allow our attackers to create chances. When's the last time you really watched Arsenal and be like, oh yeah, they're on it, the wings are on it. They just feel like, I always say Saka versus Fulham away, the only time, like, last year, I saw Arsenal players like, give Saka the ball when he wants it and let him do what he wants to do. Normally, it's like our attackers don't even, you couldn't really make a comp of our attackers, and it isn't just like phases of play.
But like, do you think they showed up today though? They didn't, did they?
I don't think they showed up, but I feel like Arteta's football management sometimes isn't cup, like, it's not cup winning football. It's good for a league because after 38 games, you're going to come out superior. But in one, like, when you look at his numbers against these big, like, in the teams that every stage he gets to, he has to fail first to get past it. Champions League, we failed at the quarters, we got past the quarters. We failed at the semis, we'll probably get past the semis. Like, it's like you have to fail before you can go forward. And it's like, yeah, cool, the players are learning, but why can't we go to a final and win? Because I know for sure that if we get Man City again in the FA Cup final, we'll probably beat them. But it'll be because we lost the first time and we learned our lesson. But it's like, why are you setting up in a way? I don't know how to explain. It's like, I watched it thinking,
it just goes back to what we were saying. You got to play your best team.
And I think...
Because remember, if the 4 man them that's at the back, who are they used to playing with week in, week out?
Right.
They used to playing with Raya.
So
all of a sudden now, as much as Kepa's there, they got a different, somebody different.
And to be honest, as much as we're saying that we didn't play well in the first half, the second half, and we were under the cosh for sure, the goal comes from a mistake. And ultimately, sometimes, and obviously not to say Raya can't make a mistake, but they're the margins.
It's a big one.
And I doubt he makes that mistake. Like, you know, there's some keepers, you know what their mistake kind of could be, if that makes sense.
Even if Raya made that, somehow he gets his paw and flicks it.
Yeah.
Like, he's a maniac. He will somehow flip it off the line.
But he wouldn't. I don't see him making
Raya's mistakes are always from overconfidence. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Was just a show that Kepa wasn't confident. Like, to not claim that properly.
I just feel like we are attackers them. You can't compare them to some of the great players of the past.
100%.
Right? But, you know, what that kid, even Dauman in the Everton game, he picked up the ball from his box. You might as well say, when he headed it down, he was virtually just outside the 18-yard box. And he ran the length. He beat, and he didn't, and it wasn't just one, he brushed past one, and then he skipped the other one and ran all the way. Now Martinelli weren't on the pitch. We ain't got nobody in the team that can. You already just said Saka can't. It's like he can't run anymore.
That brings me on to my next thing. My next question: do we have a Saka problem? And I'll go to that. I'll go to tip first.
Well, I just think obviously, players. He came back from his injury, which is well documented. Yeah. And then he's now got his new contract, and obviously he's not been completely terrible, but obviously it seems like he's not the player that he was before he got that injury.
Yeah.
And he's not having the best of times when it comes to his performances at the moment. So at the moment, we kind of do have a problem because he's not delivering the way we would want him to deliver, because it goes back to the Dowman. I'm not throwing nobody under the bus, definitely not Saka, but it goes back to what I'm saying. When people pick up the ball and they run at you, there's no fear. They know their close control is excellent, and there's only one thing that you could do is pull that person down, foul them, or try and make a sliding tackle, get the ball out, whatever. We ain't got, if Martinelli is not on that pitch, we ain't got nobody that could do that, and we needed that today. So 20 minutes to go, bring him on. Give them something else to think about. They didn't have nothing to think about today. Everything was in front of them. And Havertz ain't going to do that. Gyökeres ain't going to do that. Saka's not up to speed. You know what I'm saying? So, the chances of us getting back into that game, unless it was from a set piece, was very slim. So I do think we have a problem. Back to the question, I do think we have a little problem at the moment.
What do you think, MB?
I think the problem isn't like getting rid of Saka. I think Arteta's got to get to a point where it's like, who am I building this team around? Because Saka's been our best player for the best part of 4 years.
Yeah.
But you've never built a team around him. You've always made him have to figure it out. Okay, so Saka is, before the injury, Saka's a player that can pick up the ball from his own half turn you, and he's gone. You didn't give him runners. You gave him Kai, and Kai was playing centre mid, and we were having Eddie and Kepa up front. Then Saka is now, when Odegaard went down last season, beginning of the year, Saka was doing insane things. Like, I don't think people understand what Saka was really doing. He was going to put up stupid numbers. Like, I remember, I think it was the game against Leicester, Saka was literally creating from nothing. Like, and I was like, he's in the form of his life. Like, he doesn't even realize how good he is. But again, you didn't help him. And now we're at a point where Saka's body, I don't think it's even his body, I think it's his mind, because Saka doesn't. I've seen Saka in certain instances when he's in full flow, he's the same guy, but it's his mind. If Saka is not thinking, you will clock that he can actually sprint at a certain speed. Like, Saka got injured again against Leeds, there was that match day 2.
Yeah, it was.
When he tried to cut in and he did hand me. He came back, you watch him against Fulham. Does that look like someone that's having hamstring issues? He was torching them. He was running, but it's a mental thing. When I did my ACL, I couldn't slide tackle for like 8 months. Not because I couldn't do it. Mentally, I'm not going down on my side to slide tackle. I'm like, what if my knee just makes a mad sound again? Because when I got injured, that's how it felt. You know what I'm trying to say? Saka's not gonna bomb down and cross on his right foot, because Palace away, what happened? Hamstring exploded. Then when he cut in and did it against Leeds to pass it, his hamstring exploded again. It's a mental thing. And I think we had to be more careful in how we brought Saka back in. I think when we had Noni got injured against City with his knee. I remember he had like a little knock, and Saka came in and he played well. But I said, Arteta had to kind of be like, Saka, until you're ready to realise that if you don't play your best, like, I'm not making it comfortable for you. Not because I don't think you're the player you are, because Saka's still Saka. I think Saka's biggest attribute has always been his IQ. Today, you put Saka in the 10, he's going to create something. Even if he's not having a good game, Saka just needs about 5 yards to create something. And the Wolves game, when he played 10, he scored a goal. And I think in the first half, if anything was going to happen, it's through Saka. I don't think he was amazed. I don't think he was torturing them, but it's the little margins.
So how do you feel about it? How do you feel about him?
Personally, so I've been very, and obviously Saka, I agree with MB in that, especially from an attacking standpoint, he's been our talismanic player for the last 3-4 years. He's been the player that we all look to. And I think that I still think he's our best attacking player.
100.
I also think, and what I agree with is that he hasn't really, I feel like he has to do more as a winger than some other wingers in his position that maybe he's compared to. Like you look at a Salah, for example. Obviously, Salah's a better player, but Salah doesn't defend in the same way that Saka's asked to defend.
Yeah, and Martinelli.
If you watch, PSG, if you watch Barca and you look at Yamal and Elise, they're not asked to be to defend and do as much in the defensive shape as Saka's meant to, or any of our wingers, to be honest, because of the shape, which is a pro and con, because ultimately that's also one of the reasons why we're so good defensively and so good in that side of the game. However, I do look at Saka and I gave him grace in that I was thinking maybe he's managing his body, because some players, we've all played football. Sometimes you manage yourself through the game when you know that you're either carrying something or you're coming back from an injury. Let me manage kind of when I explode, pause, or like let me manage myself when I'm like not sprinting too much. Someone like repeat sprints. Like how many can I do before?
So do you think that's a management problem then?
No, I don't think it's a management problem. I think that players do it all the time. Like they manage themselves through games to make sure that.
I hear you, but I hear what you're saying. But attacking players win games 9 times out of 10, or 8 times out of 10, 7 times out. How you want to? The averages say so. If you know that your player is not physically up to it, then you shouldn't be playing him.
No, so let me finish what my point was saying in terms of. So I agree to an extent with that. So and let me clarify. When I say he's managing himself through games, I don't think that physically he's not
up to
like fit. I think he's fit. I think think that mentally
because of what he's gone through, because
of the injuries. So you got to think he had a massive injury. Tore his hamstring, had to have an operation. Probably now come back and he's thought, I'm back now, I've done everything. Sprints out and has like if you remember the Leeds game, it was quite a long sprint and he's opened up his body. That might have been one of the first times that he's really opened up, and then he's got injured again, hamstring again. So what I think now, mentally, I don't know if he's necessarily thinking I'm gonna go at 100 miles an hour consistently, because it might go again.
But that's where I'm coming from.
But that's not a manager issue. I think it's a Saka having to overcome it.
But they must have that conversation though, innit?
No, but I don't think he's. So if you ask Saka, he's probably saying, I'm not doing that. I'm fine.
I'm fine.
So I'm fine. I'm cool. I just know my body. So I know when to sprint, when to go. Because that's also good pros know that as they age, they get better at sprinting all the time. When Henry, when he was young, it was always running at full pace. As he got older, he started to slow down and the game came a bit easier to him, pause. And then he would be able to manage games better. So maybe he's thinking in his head, that's what I'm doing. But if I'm honest, I don't think Saka is good enough to not use his physical attributes that he has. I think as well as his decision making and be able to not use those things to be at his top level. I think that if you look at it, I think he's technically better than a Mane. But someone like Mane, if Mane stopped being physical, strong, fast, stop being like strong in challenges, then you're taking away a big part of his game. I know Saka's technically a good player and
he's strong.
And he's strong. But then if you're not using your physical capabilities, you're not using your pace because you're not sure about your injury, then you get a Saka, to me, that isn't as effective. And you add to that a bit more greedy, a bit more selfish, going for more shots. Because to me, again, Saka's best quality, aside from his physical attributes, was his decision making. If he's now shooting because he wants to score, or he's thinking about scoring or GA when he should pass, again, you're taking it. So now you're taking away his physical capabilities and you're taking away his decision making,
Mm.
then you've got what we have now. So I think that while I don't think it's something that's irreversible or he can't get his form back, I think that unless he changes those things, then he's not going to be the player that we've seen in the last couple of years.
Well, it's like, for me, it's like, I hear what you're saying, and, you know, I agree with some of it, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, football is a results business. Yeah. It's not about how you, whatever is, because these are things that you as a player, you need to discuss with your manager. And if he's saying that I am fit, I am ready to go, then I need you to do the things that you need to do to get up the pitch, to get the ball in, to score us goals, to make the passes at the right time, to be strong when you need to be strong. If you're in the team, you need to deliver those things.
But I feel like Saka's definitely not fit, but I feel like he's also struggling with the fact that he's had a Timber this year who hasn't really been as dynamic. He hasn't really played it right. Saka's a player that there's a couple games when you watch it back, we started Noni. Noni's torched his fullback, but didn't get change out of him. Like, you torch your fullback, but you're not leaving him any kind of goal or assist. Saka will make one movement. I think it was the Bournemouth away. Noni destroyed that fullback the whole game. He came off. I think it's maybe 1-1 or 2-1.
Yeah.
Saka makes 1 in behind, cut back, Declan Rice tapping. And what Saka's biggest strength is like is his decision making, but he's a high percentage player in terms of like when Saka's in the box, even when he's having a bad game, you go read these numbers, most chances created. Like, how has he even done that? You didn't even see it in real time, but it's because Saka's I think his decision making is bad in shooting. I think this year he's been a bit more greedy, and I think it's because he knows he's not getting into the positions as much as he used to. Like, he knows he's not really getting shots off a game like he used to.
Yeah.
So when he does get one, instead of him to pass it, he's being really greedy.
No, I don't. I mean, to me personally, I was greedy when I used to play football. You know what I mean? So I don't mind him being greedy so long as you deliver or you get because if I want to take that opportunity, take the chance to say, well, boy, may I take this goal, I mean, I go for this and me now pass. Then 9 times out of 10, when I was playing, I would score.
Yeah.
You understand me? But then this is what we were saying in the last podcast. Bro, when you're in the position, make the right choice. Make the right choice when you're in there. If it's time to pass. If you think you got a chance where it makes more sense for me to go on my own, then go on your own. But I don't know. I just think that he's not delivering right now.
Yeah.
You understand me? Which is, and we need him as our star player to deliver.
I think Saka's got an issue because I think Matt Starman is a talent where you can't keep him on the bench. Like, really and truly, Dalman could easily play today and have a 7 or 8 out of 10 game.
Yeah.
Because his abilities is of a level where it doesn't really matter that he's playing guys who are 10 years older than him.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But it goes back to what we're saying. It's a cup final. We need to win.
But are we ruthless? Like, Barcelona had Yamal at 15, 16 and said, Dembele, off you pop, go PSG. People forget Rafinha's playing left wing because Yamal came.
Yeah.
Rafinha's a right winger.
Yeah.
They sent him to the other side and said, nah.
I mean, how old is Lamar?
He's 18 but he's been
now,
for like 3
but he's
years.
been playing
so right now we got a player that came on against Everton and changed the game. Everton, Everton played good in that game against Arsenal. They will play. They
Chelsea as well, and they spanked Chelsea last
just to get 3-0.
Yeah,
spanked them. Right, and you understand what I'm saying? There's slap them up.
It's culture, though.
Right,
I think it's a football and culture thing. I think in the Premier League, you can't drop a 300k a week player for Dalman, but in Spain, they will offload a player who they're just giving 500k because they found it. I remember when I saw the comp of Yamal at 15 against Reguilon, and I said it. I remember messing up at like 4 a.m. I said, "This dude's 15. Look what he's doing to Reguilon." And I was like, "This guy's peak." Within a year, he's gone to the Euros. He's won a Euros. He's starting, and the thing is, Dalman could do that. Ethan was showing glimpses of being able to be a player like that, but in English culture, there's no way you're dropping Odegaard for Ethan. Whereas in Spain, Odegaard off you pop. Ethan's the future of the club. And I think where we want to be ruthless like that, we can't. Saka will be the right winger until his legs don't work. Or they'll try to find a way around it. Where in reality, if this was in Spain, Saka would have been told, brother,
Yeah.
learn number 8. Like we're putting him out.
I think to be honest, I think the evolution of Saka will probably be that he starts to go in field. We're seeing it a little bit now. He's starting to play more in field, and he's technically good enough and stuff. But
IQ-wise as well.
But he needs to ultimately deliver, and I think right now it's been a long enough sample size to say that this isn't just the one-off now. Like he hasn't really been good for about a month and a half, 2 months now. It's been a while. Like I can't really remember the last outstanding game.
I think Spurs the last game I was like Saka play, and I think Spurs he missed a lot of chances. I think second half, and Spurs are crap.
And while I would say he had a good game, he also had a somewhat, not a wasteful game, but a game where it was kind of wasteful. Like he played well. He was outstanding in terms of getting in positions, creating chances, doing all that. But he could have scored maybe.
Eze saved them with one of the 1v1s.
One of the 1v1s.
He had a shot when he should have scored. Like
exactly. So there's still that element where it's like,
you know what? We beat up Eze in one podcast.
No, we beat up Saka.
Well, we beat up Eze in it because the producer said to us, boy, what's going on, guys? You look beating up Eze this week. You know what I mean?
Not me, by the
way. He's running now. But anyway, we beat him up and he came up and he scored a goal and he lift up the badge. And say, yo, when I say no.
Yeah.
Right?
So maybe Saka.
Let's beat up Saka. And then now when he plays against Bournemouth next game, he'll score an hat-trick. That one.
I don't think he's playing up instant anymore. You see, Eze is an instant player. Like Eze shoots when it doesn't even make sense. That goal he scored, he was shooting from the minute it even looked like we don't have enough of that. Like we have Saka's too. He's almost like, when people say, he's a chat GPT winger, they make these little jokes and that. You hear it because it's like, Saka's going to do what he's been told to do in training on Thursday. Saka's not going to be like, wait, there's 2 yards, I can actually just cut in and whip it. Or the ball, I don't think you'll see Saka ever shoot first time and whip it top bins from a pass coming into him because he's not thinking like that. But at the same time, he's been through hell end his whole life. He's not like he came from a lower club. Eze being at Palace, being allowed to do what he wants means that he comes to a bigger team and he's going to do stuff like that. He's going to shoot off the cuff. And Arteta might not like it, but it's going to win you games. You get it? It's like what Cherky goes through at Man City. Cherky is obviously their best creator, but Pep doesn't like him because Pep's like, you don't listen.
Yeah, I saw it on the touchline even today.
You don't like it.
Because I think he just
Pep doesn't like guys that are free.
Look, you're doing keepy ups on you're taking the piss now because you've won the game. And he knows he's won the game, so he's taking the piss. So moi try humiliate the team.
The thing is, Pep will think like,
and Pep's not into that.
They're coming to that. They're going to remember.
That's right.
Arteta will print that out and stick up, guys. This is what he did. And then when we walk out with something, Pep's going to be like, that's on you because you tried to take the mick out of them in March. The season's not done.
So where do you think that leaves us now? Obviously, we lost the game. Obviously, Nico O'Reilly got 2 goals. It's gonna sting. It was a tough watch the second half. And
you think?
Yeah, it was a tough watch. And ultimately, you looked at the players watching them celebrating and standing at the bottom of the pitch and watching them at the top celebrate. Where do you think? And I'll go to Dad. Where do you think it leaves us for the rest of the season? I mean, because ultimately, let's get some perspective. It's disappointing, but it's probably the lowest cup.
Yeah.
I don't really. You want to win it because you're in it.
Yeah.
And I think that it was an opportunity to give for the team to really get over the line in a trophy, and that might have done more for them. But ultimately, it's the least important trophy. We're still in 3 competitions. We're in the box seat for the league. Champions League, we have a decent draw. So where do you think that it leaves us kind of overall in the landscape?
Well, I know the team, the manager's going to be disappointed. The team is going to be deflated. You know what I mean? Which is understandable because we as fans, we're disheartened. We're disappointed. Let's say about the result because obviously we're in the final. We want to win. You know what I mean? And there was the quadruple which I wanted to do just to shut them all up. But obviously, on the day, City were the better team. You know what I mean? So, you know, in that sense, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, the main thing for me is to win the Premier League.
Yep.
That is the main thing. I don't think, looking at the teams in the Champions League, I got to be honest, I don't think we're good enough to win the Champions League. Looking at today's performance, but it's a different type of football from Premier League to Champions League. But I just don't think, you know, looking at PSG, Real Madrid, even Barcelona, I mean, but Bayern Munich is probably better than all of them teams. I just don't think we're good enough. I think that we're 9 points clear in the Premier League. So for me, I will be happy I'm not even really bothered about the FA Cup. It would be nice to win it, but I just want to win the Premier League. Yeah. We win the Premier League and we'll be going down to the parade. And hopefully by that time, Tottenham will be in the Championship. And then that will make my season like bliss. So it's a disappointment today. It's painful. It's because I'm passionate about my team, as you know. You know what I mean? So it hurts. But at the end of the day, the main thing is we're 9 points clear in the Premier League. I do think, you know, Bournemouth are a good team, but I think at home we can beat them. Yeah. And if we beat them, we got Burnley. I think there's a couple of other games. We got to go to City before.
We've got to go City.
But if
we got West Ham away and Fulham.
Palace away as well.
No, Palace away. It's West Ham and Palace away.
Fulham at home.
Fulham at home.
Well, you would think we definitely got 3 points against Burnley. You know. So how much more games do we need to win?
I think we need. I think we need 5. I think we need 5 wins out of the 7.
Yeah, to guarantee it.
I think we need 5 wins out of the 7 to guarantee it. But obviously, if we don't lose against City, then I think it's 4 wins.
Yeah.
So basically,
the second game. They're the second game.
So we could. Yeah. So a point would be good for us at the end.
Yeah, if we get a point, then we're laughing.
More or less wrapped up. They will know that 2 more wins and it's Burnley, then West Ham. You've given them the trophy.
Yeah. But what? So do you? And I'll go to MB. Do you think that this final will impact us? So obviously, we look at the overall landscape. Do you think it will have an impact on the players?
I think this is the first time my players have felt heartbreak in a time of the year where they can kind of bounce back. I think normally when we feel heartbreak is last day of the season. You got to wait 3 months to get back into it, or Champions League, you got to wait a whole year. I think. And one thing I will give to the players that when they do feel heartbreak, they normally bounce back. They normally show a level of growth.
Yeah.
And before the game happened, I definitely was like, if we lose the Caraboa Cup and get a point at Etihad, I'm laughing. I'm happy with that. To watch it happen is a different kind of pain. Like, I wanted it. But I know for a fact the Declan Rice, the Gabriel's, I think Saliba today stamped himself as why he's the best centre back in the world. He manhandled Haaland the whole game. And he does it so casually, but even someone like him, we got him tied to a new contract. We held him down. Like, I'm not worried about the players thinking like, these players understand where they are, and it's a process. I think today will hurt, but they will use it and it will fuel them. Assets we're probably going to run. I think we'll beat Sporting. I think we'll wipe Sporting. I think we'll beat Bournemouth. We'll get a draw at Etihad, and by that time, we're not thinking about Carabao Cup. But that pain is the reason why they've done it, because as much as it's a hard loss, we ain't been here before. If you look at Arteta's time after the FA Cup with Aubameyang, we haven't been to a final. We haven't a lot of those players have not played in. I don't think Saliba's played in the final before.
Yeah.
You look at Gabriel. Really, I think maybe he played the FA Cup. Declan Rice early finals conference. Like, these are world class players who haven't played in the final before, and that pain they're feeling, they're gonna use it to channel them. And I don't think Arteta's got a team ready to win a cup. I think that's his next transition. I think this summer coming, how do you make this team a team to win a cup? Yeah. What Klopp did it really well. Klopp made his team a cup-winning team, but it wasn't a league-winning team. Klopp's team used to whoop you in the cup, but they will mess up in the league by 2 points. And Pep used to have the blend of but even Pep had the same issue. Pep had a league-winning team, but would never win the cup. Tottenham knocked them out of the Champions League 1 year. They got knocked out by, was it Monaco? Then when he found the formula to win the cup, Arsenal bought the league. that year they shouldn't have won the league. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Is the balance is really hard, especially in the Premier League because of the amount of games you play. It's not like France where teams are pulling out a game to give you rest. You pick your poison. Are you going to be a team that's good in the cup? Or are you going to be a team that's good in the league domestically? And I think once we get over the barrier of winning the league, I think our team changes. I think we will see a lot of players leave. You didn't think we'll leave it, like,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
what we can do it now because we've got over the barrier of that league. Like,
Yeah. No, so I and I agree. I think I agree in what you're saying, just to kind of probably wrap up the 2 points in the sense that the good thing about this team, especially this season, and that every setback, we've bounced back very well.
Yeah.
So that makes me hopeful that it's not going to be a big it's going to be a big detrimental issue in our season. And there's a lot of players that can use this. They can channel this and say, this hurt, I don't want to feel it again. And as long as they win the league, I think that everyone will look at this season as the biggest success that we've had in the last 20 years. So I still think that there's a lot to play for this year.
Yeah.
I think, again, and I agree with you, Tip, the league is the most important. Obviously, the Champions League for me would be the one I would want to win the most.
Yeah.
But the league is the most important, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're set up.
I just want us to win that league,
yeah,
man.
and I think we're set up to win the league.
Yeah.
I still look at our team, and where I think next year hopefully we improve on is that sprinkle of like world class magic. Like that kind of difference maker in a big game.
Yeah.
I still think we're missing, and maybe Eze is that player and is unfortunate he wasn't playing today, but I still feel like we're missing a left winger that maybe can score goals. I still think that the striker, the jury's out.
Yeah.
Do we have that real, like, in these kind of games, the small margins, where the small margins matter the most, somebody in that Havertz chance scores, or someone can do something. Like, do we have those small margins? I'm still not sure. And that's why when you talk about the Champions League,
we've got the best defense in the league. Yeah. And part of that best defense in the league is David Raya. Yeah. And he weren't playing today.
Yeah.
And that cost us.
Especially
so sometimes, maybe you understand what I'm saying? We all of them things make a difference.
Yeah, 100%.
Because we get a chance and we take a chance. You know what I mean? And that is so for me, you know what I mean, him not playing today affected the back four. You know what I mean? Because it's not the same player. Yeah. It's not somebody of that quality that does the things that he does. Yeah. So it affected the team. All of these little cobs or these little things, for me, they affect the team. And we needed to have our best team out today, and we didn't. So we lost. It is what it is. Yeah. Where would you like to go now, sir?
No, I was saying in terms of, I guess as we quickly wrap it up, I mean, we can talk about the Champions League very quickly. Obviously, we went through, we thought that we'll go through anyway, but we went through against Leverkusen. Yeah. In the end, probably, it was an excellent, I think, performance.
That was
in the
an
way
excellent
that we went
performance,
through.
yeah.
And I think now we've got Sporting, who surprisingly went through against Bodo Glimt, given they were 3-0 down.
Yeah.
We look at the route. We're looking at Sporting, Barca or Atletico. We're probably looking at Barca, and then obviously the other side of the draw is you've got PSG, Bayern, Real Madrid, Liverpool.
Yeah.
I mean, thoughts on the Champions League in general? I know you said that you don't think that we're going to win the league. Maybe I'll go to MB. What's your thoughts on kind of our path to the final? And I guess looking at all of the teams now, who are you most scared of? Where do you think that we'll come?
I still think in the Champions League, the team you need to fear the most is PSG. And it's purely off the fact that I look at PSG and I look at Barcelona. Same kind of like philosophy, but PSG are just stacked. Like what Barca, I watched the Barca Newcastle game. That game, yes, Barca won 7-2, but if you watch the game back, Newcastle just gave up after a certain point.
Yeah.
But if we're being honest with ourselves, Barca that first half, you give that to even Arsenal, don't really, if you give that kind of space and like Barca's highline, I can't see them being a threat at the Emirates. If they tried to play this style, I feel like they would have to adapt, because when they went to St. James's Park, they wasn't good.
Yeah.
At the new camp, they're gonna be like, you're in our house. We're gonna show you the. And Newcastle showed them you can't keep doing that. But for me, this whole home advantage second leg thing is gonna be the biggest part as to how far we go in terms of the final. I think we can beat Barcelona. I don't think Barcelona are anything special. Yes, they got Yamal, they've got Rafinha, they got Fermin Lopez, who I really like. I think they got a really good core. But once again, today didn't give me hope for the Champions League because City almost kind of fielded a team that would be like a Barca team. There's a lot of small creatives here and there, and we couldn't even break them down. City played a really high line today. I feel like their line was so high, like it was just cruising to sweep up what you can sweep up. I look at the other side, I'm with you in the sense that we ain't got the individual to kill a game. Like PSG brought on Kvaratskhelia at 2-2 and he absolutely destroyed Chelsea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think people understand, like, they brought him on and he killed them. Someone that will start for us in a heartbeat came off the bench. PSG have players who won't even play. Like, even the second leg, they bring on a 18-year-old that just slaps the top bin. Half people don't even know who he is, but like, that's what they have that we don't. You look at Madrid. I don't think Madrid are a great team, but Madrid have them moments. They've got an Mbappe. We ain't got an Mbappe. Madrid could go and beat. I don't think Bayern are good. I think Bayern are just in a position where their league is so crap that their players are just fresh. Like, I've watched Bayern and they will go and play the most random team on a Saturday. You seen Gnabry play for the first time in 4 weeks and they'll win 5-0. And then Olise and are fit to play midweek. And it's all good and fun, but I can't see them getting past Madrid purely because Madrid players, like, they've been here. Like, you look at Valverde did to City, like, he's been here. I think Vinny's someone that only turns up when it's a big game and the cameras are on him. Bayern
you don't think Bayern? No, I think Bayern are cold.
I think Bayern I think Company's way of football is amazing.
Yeah.
I look at the individuals. I think Diaz a dog. I like Luis Diaz. I've seen him Prem. Harry Kane is Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Olise, me personally, I think Olise is good, but his numbers make you think he's someone he's not. I watched Olise against PSG the first time. I watched him against Arsenal. His numbers will make you think he's going to be. Olise's not going to really kill you in a big game. It's not like he can't do it, but
I know what you're saying.
He's not that player that's going to do it. And for me, when you're playing in Madrid, who will be there to be got at? If you don't, Mbappe will show you why you can't miss. Like, at the Emirates, when we beat them 3-0, people forget Mbappe should have slaughtered one to make it 1-0 to them off a counter out of nothing. And we punished them for their mistakes, but you're watching Valverde hit hat-tricks. Like, Madrid have this thing where, like, these players just turn up. And like, on the other side, like I said, PSG, I think PSG are the most complete team in world football. Generally. They don't even play with a number 9. It's just athletes. Like, when you watch PSG, it's pure athletes running up and down. Then you just got Vitinha in the middle.
So you would say, okay, so you say PSG and I guess Real Madrid you think on that side are the bigger threats. Yeah. And then obviously Barcelona.
I think Barcelona getting through is really based on if they do the job at Atletico. So Atletico are a team that they could beat you 3-0 and tell you come and score 4. Like, to go through. They're not gonna try and score more. They're gonna say score 4 goals. And if they go through, we would have a better chance against Atletico than we would against Barcelona, purely because Barcelona score a lot of goals. And we don't score a lot of goals. I don't think we win the Champions League, but I want to get to a final.
Yeah. So Dad, where do you think we, just as like a one response, where do you think we get to in the Champions League?
I'll probably think maybe semi-final.
MB, where do you think?
I think final,
Okay.
Yeah, I think when we play teams like Real Madrid or PSG, I don't think we'll win.
I think because of the side of the draw we're on, we can get to the final. I feel like Barca, we can beat them. I feel like the way they play is actually set up perfectly to play against, and I think that we combat them, but it's just whether or not we turn up. And that is really, and honestly, if I'm completely honest, after today, I'm a lot less confident than I was. Just being honest. So, I'm trying not to let today completely influence my thoughts.
Yeah. But you know what today tells me again?
We're not ready.
Right. It's not that we're not ready, but it's like, bruv, we're at the top. We were at the top of the Champions League. Why were we at the top? We played good, but it's not the business end. of the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's the league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's not the big.
When
the
it's the
business
business
end
end,
is the knockout
Yeah.
of, and that's when we need to step up to the plate. Like today, we need to step up today. It's the final. We need to step up. You guys need to step up. You need to do something. You cannot be there in the second half and not lay a glove on Manchester City. What is it, Declan? Why ain't you running no more? You was running again. You was running again.
Where's the drive? Where's the driver through the middle? Yeah,
you want to get
you drive. Yeah. You know why? Why weren't you? Why ain't you saying to the guy, "What we doing?"
Yeah, get up the pitch.
Get up the pitch, man. That's why Zubi's there. You lot get up there, and we got the best. We got the best defense in the league.
Yeah.
So what are you lot doing? Get up the pitch. So you know, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. That's how I see it. For me, it's all right being in the league. We're doing fine in the Premier League. It's the league. But when it comes to crossing that line now, imagine we had to go to City to win the Premier League.
Yeah. And it's a must-win game.
And it's a must-win game.
Yeah, that's what would worry me, I'll be honest.
That's when Paul Scholes and them start chatting their foolishness. This gives them
all the ammunition.
Give them you understand what I'm saying?
They heard it on the commentary. The Gary Neville was having a field day.
Oh my God.
He was having a field day.
You know he's so fake. He'll be like, Arsenal will leave, but the minute we slip up, he's just ready to go.
He's ready.
Come on. What are they doing? Where are they gone? They're hiding, and it's like. But to be honest, the way they played, you know, they're gonna have to swallow it. Arteta should make them listen. Pause. Yo, yeah. Arteta should make them listen to it. The whole listen to it. He should listen. They should listen to it the whole week or whatever. When they come back, they should listen to Gary Neville's commentary.
Today felt like PSG the first leg.
But I just think I don't know. It's like you can't say nothing because of where the managers put the team. Yeah. You know, but I just think when it comes to crucial situations, if you're gambling with the keeper.
Yeah, gamble with Dauman. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're gambling with the goalkeeper.
I thought Noni should have. I thought Noni was going to start today.
You understand what I'm saying? People say, "No, he's too young." No, he's not. You're gambling. We've got the best keeper in the world on the bench in a cup final. You're gambling by playing the number 2. So what are you trying to tell me? When Havertz is coming up, put on Dauman.
That's at 2-0, you have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Put him on.
Even
if you don't win and it ends 2-1, but he's the reason why.
I would have started with him. You're gambling. So why not just go? Why not just gamble? Because the youth can run. We ain't got them man. They never. Come on, man. We lost 2-0.
That's what happened. We don't ever lose, we don't really just ever get wiped like 2-0. It's normally like a 2-1 or like.
Yeah, producer. We lost 2-0. The man, you need people that I'm gonna keep saying it till you're fed up of it. We need people that can run, bruv. Pick up the ball and run. Make man start think, oh my God, I gotta chase him.
Dauman starts. I think Dauman is gonna start next season. I think it won't be from August, but at some point, Dauman's gonna become irreplaceable. And I think Arteta knows in his mind, he's like,
when Michael Owen and them guys, they were mashing up the place.
Rooney,
17, 18.
17, bruv.
Yeah, Rooney, 16.
You know what I mean? There was 17. You know what I mean? When he came on against Everton, he was 16. Yeah, we did not look like we was going to score in that game.
Yeah.
Let's be real about it. That Everton game, we were lucky. They hit the post. They had couple Ray had a save from when
he shot.
Yeah, when he shot, there was a few of them. When Dauman came on, he changed the game.
And even the FA Cup game that was on a bad pitch, somehow he looked like the pitch was 3G. That's why everyone's struggling. He's just offering like it's 3G. I'm like,
he's playing against, all right then, it was pre-season, but Joe Linton, all these guys, He was putting them on top. It don't matter. He's still 16.
Yeah.
He was doing it in pre-season.
And even at 16, they still don't want him to do it.
Yeah.
That's why he pushed him over. If you remember.
That's right.
Yeah, he pushed him over.
Jordan
because
just dashed him,
yeah.
That's right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
From a manager's perspective, sometimes you do this, and then now you go, when you make your next decisions, you go, this is why I'm doing this now.
Yeah.
He said, bro, you better mash up the cup.
Yeah.
Like now, I don't want to hear no one complaining.
Yeah.
When I do this is when I
that's
make
what
this
I
decision.
said. Kepa's not playing again. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, I
And he
thought could have been a
can't-
thing of like, Kepa, this was your chance.
Yeah,
your
that was your choice. Yeah,
I gave you.
You can't say I wasn't fair.
say I didn't give you.
Like, it's March. I'm happy what you done. You're not playing again.
Yeah.
Because even something like Saka starting today, I know Arteta probably didn't want to start Saka this game, but it's like, how can you not start your club captain in the final? When in reality,
same thing.
Noni's more suited to a game to start the game.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, he's never dropping Saka in
you
this.
know what I'm saying?
But it goes back to what
It's those
you're
look- yeah.
saying, though, son. He's saying that, but he's not. He's starting him, but does he feel deep down in himself
Yeah,
that he's really ready
I don't think so.
to do what we need him to do, which is Saka? Does the manager feel deep down because he's not doing it?
I think he probably still does, because I think you got to think he's there's certain players you know like with you, yeah, like you know, like there's certain engineers that you know what, he just knows my vocals.
Yeah.
He just got my vocals that he's been with me from young,
From dot,
and he just knows my vocals. And then the last session was a bit off. The mix down weren't the best. But he knows my vocal. It's like if you got a show or you got a song, you just think, you know what, I can kind of relax. Like it was a bit off, but I know he knows my vocals. You might still go with him because it's kind of what you're used to. It will take, and it might be this, but it might take that tune that you're saying, you know what, I needed this mix down, I needed it mastered, and I needed it out the next day, and I've done it. I've had to press it up, and it was dead. And that big thing is like, you know what? Now I gotta go somewhere else. Do you get what I mean? Because Saka has been with him from the start. He's the only player now that's been with him from the start. His whole career, like Arteta's career, is almost mirroring Saka's rise.
100%.
And I feel like he's gonna have that loyalty to him. That's like, he is like my guy. He's vice captain.
Especially when you played Saka when he was hurt and he
When
was
he was
doing a job
hurt,
for
he was
you.
doing a job.
Yeah, like-
So I feel like it's gonna take a big thing for him to be like, I'm dropping you. So, but who
But
knows?
that's- but
We'll
for me-
see. It may have been now.
But for me, that's like when I look at the managers that I remember, like Luis Enrique went to PSG, and he just said, like, scrap what you men are doing. Like, Dembele, you're going false nine. I know you signed in for, you're not playing. I'm bringing in this guy. You're not playing. You look at Conte. Conte literally like told Diego Costa, you're my guy. You're gonna play. Won the league. By now, you did your bit.
But do you know what it is with the
Arteta's
difference?
not gonna do.
But the
anything
different,
like
I think Arteta will do it, but it's to who? Because Arteta's done it. He's done it. He's been roof. Like Jesus essentially was a guy for him that he brought in, and he's out. He's out.
Zinni as well.
Zinni was out. Like Tierney, Smith Rowe saved his job in a way, and he's out.
Yeah.
But I think what it is again, there's certain players that you will still be loyal to. But I mean, we can go off on that anyway. I think that's, mate, I'm trying to go home and lick my wound. I want to sleep and just forget about this day.
Let's not go on Twitter for the next like week.
Mate, my phone, I got United fans already telling me that they're trying to listen to the podcast.
You lie.
Yeah, they want to listen. Of course they do. Now we're losing, innit? They want to bask in it.
Of course they're gonna do. But listen, we're still top of the league.
We're still top of the league.
We're still in the FA Cup.
We're still in the
and we're still in the Champions League.
Treble
Man
on.
United's got to wait 2 weeks to
to play
their next game.
Yeah.
So
Tottenham still lost 3-0. Like,
yeah,
listen,
it could be peak, but listen, Spurs, you guys just don't say nothing. I don't want to see none of you in my phone. Nothing, yeah, because this time within I don't know, maybe in a couple of months' time, we'll be looking for Coventry will be coming up. and you'll be going the other way.
Yeah. Even Millwall might come.
Even
Millwall,
Millwall, could you imagine that?
Oh, mate.
So
You can't have Millwall fans saying you man are like that's
Yeah.
crazy. Millwall fans telling you that you're in the league below us. Yeah.
Well, listen, so we're wrapping up.
We're wrapping up. Let's wrap up.
Listen, you know, people, blessed, thank you for tuning in. This is Shouting for the Gunners podcast with His Majesty Mess and
MB. Yeah. All right. Safe, everyone.
Safe, everyone.
Enjoy.
Take care, guys. Yeah, bless up.